Hello, Matt Elliott here.
Hi, Alan Smith here.
Hey guys, Ian Hume here.
Hi everybody, Jerry Taggart here.
Be sure to watch
Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV
For all the latest Leicester City news and information.
You can also subscribe on YouTube and various social media channels.
for the latest updates and news on Leicester City Football Club.
Come on, you foxes!
Happen in 49, 61, 63 or 69 when they reach the final. But the class of 2021 have delivered. Leicester City are FA Cup winners at last and are history makers at Wembley.
They have blown their rivals away. They have blown us all away in truth. Premier League champions 2016. The amazing Leicester City!
Leicester Till I Die TV. Your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
Right, Chris.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. We're in natural light this morning, which is about the first time, I think, this year. Maybe summer is on its way. Anyway, 2-1. Yeah, no, that's not my score prediction. That's the number of watch-alongs I've done. The 2 that we've lost in, the 1 that we've won in. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Dealt with very easily by Leeds. That was a casual ball. Leeds! Yeah! Leeds scored its first goal for the Foxes, and what a pitch! Leicester 2-1, Leeds United nil. You stop crying into your home, it's my son. 1-0. Get in! Still come better out of the blocks. Just need to hang with it now. Oh my God! Yeah! 2-0 to Leicester. Bondicott gets his second in the season for the Foxes. Leicester City 2, Dirty Leeds nil. Sullivan has to stick with him. Sullivan, what's wrong with you, Leeds? What's wrong with you? Oh, Dick Cobbs, he's lost his marker. Yeah! It's 3-0 to Leicester City. It's a horror show for Leeds. It's 4! Yeah! You don't laugh, you'll cry, because that's disgusting, Leeds. Come on! It's 4! Look at the back of his shirt! Look at the back of his shirt!
My ambition for today, and I apologise to Connor, the Leeds fan, for having to sit through that, but it makes me laugh every time. And my ambition today is purely to get the phrase "cry into your Hovis" into the show in some form today. It is Leicester City hosting well, are they going to have the new manager bounce? It's the Watchalong, Leicester City versus Leeds.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watch Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Good afternoon, Connor. Sorry for putting you through that again.
That's all right. No worries. How are we doing?
Not so bad. I'm contractually obliged. Every time we play Leeds United, I have to play that.
I think I'm a bit too young. I'm a bit too young to remember it personally.
Oh, thank you,
I've
mate.
seen the clips do the round.
Yeah, back in there. You're back in there. I'm definitely going to get crying to your Hovis in some way today. Then
I'm more of a Warburton's man myself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Welcome along. Thanks for joining us, Leeds United fan. Let's start off by just telling people your links are in the description below on YouTube. But where can people find you?
Nice one. Thank you for having me. I'm really looking forward to it. On Instagram and Twitter, I am at Connor Pratchett. It's just my name. And the same on YouTube, Connor Pratchett. I started to branch out to do a bit more general football content, but I didn't have the love for it. So I've gone back to making more Leeds United videos. So I don't think this is the audience to get new subscribers, but you never know.
Well, you never know. I'm still surprised the fact that it's a live watch along, and yet the numbers increased after the match. It's like, you know the score, guys. Why are you watching it live again? Yes, but no, you're most welcome. Couple of posts here. Proud Terriers. Hello, mate. I'm watching this match this lunchtime and really hope you win. Can't stand Leeds. I have friends of Fox's Pride, if you know of them. That's Proud Terriers. Of course, they're going to want Leicester to win.
Can't stand Leeds, but they've got our ex-assistant manager as their manager.
You know, they forget. We all forget these sort of things conveniently. You know, Mike, Man United fan. Good afternoon, sir. How the devil are you? Big up, Chris, and come on, you. Nice Foxes, I think you're saying that there. I did say we get a diverse audience on here, not all of them Leicester fans. Connor, do you think Marsh is the answer, or are you marching down to the championship? We're at that level already, and I tell you what, that level is whereabouts Dan at Turf Moorhouse TV comes.
I'm guessing that's a Burnley fan, right?
It is.
I'd rather have Marsh than Sean Dyche any day.
He says here, hope you're both well, guys. Come on, Leicester, do Burnley a favour. No. We want to win for us, not for you. But look, let's have a look. The teams have been announced.
They have.
So this is the Leicester team. So we've got Schmeichel in goal. It looks, I mean, BBC have got it here as a back four. I'm not 100% sure about that because Chowdhury is not really a right winger at all. Or a right back. But they've got it as Chowdhury, Amarte, Soyuncu, Thomas. And Martin Soyuncu did brilliant for us against Burnley. We finally got a defensive partnership that might stop us leaking goals. I think the BBC, to be honest with you, has just got this standard 4-4-2, 4-3-3 set out and use it every week. Yeah. Tielemans is back. Indeed, his normal role, and Dewsbury Hall. It's always exciting to see. And Albrighton again, 401st game in the Premier League for him. Vardy's back up front, and Barnes. Vardy back. I didn't know. I didn't think he was going to start today, but I suppose psychologically, that wasn't what you wanted to see.
I mean, your attacking options at the moment, they look pretty decent because you've got Daka on the bench as well. He's a lively one. So either or for me, there's some sort of danger for you guys.
And I've got to be honest, that left wing, and this is where most of our attacks have been coming from recently, Thomas, Dewsbury Hall and Barnes, they literally, I mean, it's just like watching Brazil sometimes. They've come through the youth team together. I know, bear with me. But they've come through the youth team together, and they literally, they just play so well. You can tell that they've got that understanding.
Yeah, they've been working together a long time. They've got that connection, and that's what you need in a team. So Dewsbury Hall, he is an interesting player. He looks great whenever I've seen him. Harvey Barnes is always dangerous.
Yeah, and Mike says here, we're having a bit of a ding dong in the chat here, but you aren't in the game for long as he is. Where did you say? Yeah. Mike says here, I think it is more of a 5-3-2, to be honest with you. But we know better. You know, BBC knows better than us, of course. But yeah, really think so. But let's have a look at your team.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Now that's wrong already.
That's the BBC for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, they've gone for the old Bielsa lineup, I think. Marsh said in his pre-match, before I came on, I had to listen to his pre-match interview. I've got it here. He said you could call it a 4-2-2-2, which is what you'd expect from him, or it could be a 4-2-3-1. And will look different at different moments. The formations aren't nearly as important as the principles and the behaviour on the pitch. So it is going to be a blend of a couple of formations, depending on what's going on.
It is Marsh, because a lot of people have said he's sort of cut from the same cloth as Bielsa was, football style-wise. Do you see a lot of difference?
There's similarities and there is differences. He likes the high intensity. He likes the high press. But it is a different type of press. Bielsa was more about individual pressing and pressing the man, whereas Marsh presses in packs and he presses the ball. He presses through the man and goes to the ball. And he aims to score a goal within 10 seconds of winning the ball back. Yeah. So realistically, on paper, it's a more sensible press because it's not just running around aimlessly individually. You're going in a pack, which in theory should make it stronger.
Yes. And Bamford is on the bench, I believe, for you.
He is, yes. Very excited to see that.
Do you think, he'll probably get some game time, won't he?
He said he's not 100% fit, but I think a Bamford at 80, 90% can still be dangerous.
Yeah.
Having him on the bench is a massive lift anyway, even if he doesn't come on. I think impact-wise and spirit-wise, he is similar to having Vardy back for you.
Yeah.
He's a dangerous player and he just gives everyone a boost just by being there.
Yes, yeah. Turf Moorhouse is making up his own songs here. Jamie Vardy's having a party, clean sheets like Dan and Marty. Don't give up the day. Well, I say don't give up the day job. You're like me, Dan. You haven't got one, so we can't. But the thing that I want to actually ask you about is something you mentioned in last night's show, and thanks for joining in last night. You got James up front, which you said has often happened this season, but it's not necessarily his best position.
Yeah, I mean, he's more used to being a winger. That's where he's grown up. I just think he can be dangerous because of his pace. His speed is dangerous wherever he plays. He's a great presser because he just never stops running. He's got a few goals, but obviously his height being 5'7", 5'8", however tall he is, coming up against massive centre-backs doesn't always work. Although we did beat Tyrone Mings to a header against Aston Villa, which was an interesting one.
But who hasn't beaten Tyrone Mings to a header?
Yeah, very true. But if we do go for the 4-2-2-2, it would be him and Rodrigo up front, which would be very interesting to see.
Yeah. And Craig, my co-host last night, he did pick Dan James out as the one to watch. I unlike a lot of fans, I mean, I think you'd agree Leeds aren't the most popular club amongst the neutrals.
And we love that. We love being hated, so bring it on. We love it.
To me, I mean, I can remember us playing each other down in the third tier, and I don't find Leeds fans, or I've yet to find Leeds fans that forget that, in as much as, Arsenal, they haven't been in Europe for one season. It's the end of the world for them. Man United haven't sort of won anything since, really, apart from they've won the FA Cup, they haven't won the league since Fergie left. It's the end of the world for them. We've been down there, we've been in the third tier. I don't find Leeds, I say, coming out and saying, like, this is where we should be because of what we've done in the past.
Yeah, I mean, no one's entitled to be in the top division.
Unless you're Arsenal, of course, according to Arsenal fans.
Yeah. But, just because of your history, you're not entitled to be in the top division. You have to work for it. So just because for Scum, just because they've not won the league in a while, that's fine. They don't deserve to win the league. They're not the best team. They've spent billions of pounds and got the most expensive team in the division, but they haven't deserved to win the league. So
no, it's run over, like you said. It's the old saying, marathon, not a sprint, and the table doesn't lie at the end of the day. I mean, people were going sort of, fickle fans from all club fans are fickle. I think if you look up football fan in the dictionary, it says fickle. But and Mike, I don't include all fans. You're a Man United fan, and I know you're very much honest. When Man United lose, you obviously support Newport.
There's been a Newport fan this season, then.
Yeah, most seasons recently. Joking, Mike. No, a lot of Leicester fans were sort of calling for Rodgers' head, which I think was a bit stupid. So early into his tenure. It's one bad season after what he's done for us. I mean, do you think it was good? And I was saying basically, well, we're getting rid of him now. What can he do? He's coming in with the same players. He can't bring any players in. He's got the same injuries. Were you surprised that it happened when it happened, Bielsa going?
Yes. I think because of what he'd done for our club and the city, I think he deserved and had the right to see it out to the end of the season.
Yes.
I think with the fixtures coming up, the players that we've got coming back, he would have kept us up. And I think he didn't deserve to leave the way he did. I think he deserved to leave at the end of the season on his own terms. Kind of similar to Alex Ferguson. He recommends the next man. He has a job or a role higher up in the club for years to come. But yeah, it's sad to see him go out the way that he did. But
I think had the worst happened and you gone down, I think he would have brought you back up, to be honest, had you stuck with him.
Yes, I agree too. But the owners think that going down would be detrimental financially, which,
of course,
fair enough. They've got to think of the club first, and going down, we'd lose Rafinha, we'd lose Calvin Phillips, we'd probably lose Bamford. So they needed to do what they felt right to keep us in the league, and now we'll never know if Bielsa would have kept us up, which is quite sad to see.
It's all going to be hearsay, isn't it now? And what's ifs and buts and what have you. And Marsh, were you surprised by that appointment?
No. There was rumblings going round that he was going to replace Bielsa at the end of the season anyway.
Right.
With Bielsa, I don't know if you know this, but he only signed year contracts.
Yes. Yeah.
He signed a contract at the end of the season to extend for the next season. So with him and being an unpredictable character, they didn't know whether he was going to sign on. So they always had a list of managers to approach at the end of each season if he were to leave. And Jesse Marsh was always on the list. You had Valverde, who I think is at Barcelona or was at Barcelona, to come in, and Carlos Coberan, who used to be our assistant, who's now at Huddersfield. So he's been in contact, he's been linked for a couple of years.
You see, to me, that is the obvious way to do it, and how you would do it in business. You know that somebody's leaving, they give you 4 weeks' notice, and you get a list of people you want to get in, possibly even interviewing them. But football club owners don't seem to be able to do that. They seem to sack managers and then, hang on, we need to find one.
What do we do now? Yeah.
Yes. But, let's face it, I don't think there's many clubs that run their clubs well. Big question. Are you going to stay up?
I think we will. I think we would have stayed up with Bielsa anyway. As I said, the players were coming back. The fixtures start to ease off a bit now. There's more winnable games. I mean, the people were talking about the last 4 results. It would have been amazing if we won any of them, because you look at the teams we played: Manchester United, Tottenham, and Liverpool.
Yes.
I think it's not the fact that we lost them. I think it's the way that we lost them that caused Bielsa to leave. The incredibly leaky defence, loads of goals conceded. But I think Jesse Marsh coming in, we've seen on the videos, on the training videos, that he's done a lot of set piece work with them this week, which has been a cause for goals. So hopefully that will tighten up. We're going from man to zonal marking, which our man-to-man marking caused a lot of goals because it was dragging players out of position and creating lots of space for other players to run into. So we'll be hopefully a lot more compact. I don't know if we'll see that today, but in games to come, that's what we aim to see.
Funny you should mention that, because it has come up that, I think you may have said it in last night's show, actually, that Marsh goes more for a zonal marking. And we found that that's been our problem this season. I mean, there's two things, and Brendan doesn't play on it, to his credit, but we have had 9 defenders injured at some point during the season, with at least 2 or 3 at the same time. So when we announced the lineup, I think Rogers goes on and says, right, who's fit? Oh, I've got 3 defenders, we'll play 3 at the back. I think it's a bit like that. But we've had this problem. We always conceded from giving a team a corner was as good as giving you a goal. But
that's the same for us, yeah.
But that was because we were doing zonal marking. He's now gone back to man to man, and great. Because for me, we've stopped leaking. For me, I think with zonal marking, it's like, well, okay, this is my bit. But what if he comes running in and I'm last minute? And what if he goes into that zone? Do I follow into that zone, or do I stick it? Leicester's defence with zonal marking was just totally. So I do worry for you.
Yeah, it works. They've both got pros and cons for each of them. I'm not dissing the man-to-man marking system, because it's what made us great and interesting last season. The man-to-man marking, everyone was calling us brave, and it was getting us points and wins. And it worked, but it started to not work. So something needed to change.
Yeah.
Jesse Marsh is known for having very compact squads. They're quite narrow, which you'll see for the 4-2-2. And something did need to change. So hopefully the zonal marking will help us out there.
Well, I'm hoping that your zonal marking will help us out the way that our zonal marking helped other teams about. And I think, as you were saying, with your last 4 games, I mean, not the fact that you lost to Everton, which was probably the must-win game for you out of all of them.
That's a real down there with you.
Yeah. I mean, you drew, that was a bit of a goal fest against Villa, but then you had Everton. But then in fairness, you had Man United, Liverpool and Tottenham.
Yeah. I mean, no one would expect us to win those games anyway. So it's just the way that we lost them.
Yeah, I mean, it was sort of 10, 14 goals in three matches. And I think that's going to put a nail in any manager's coffin, isn't it? And good evening.
Yeah.
Good evening. Good afternoon, John.
And that's what I think what contributed to that was the man marking. I mean, they've all got very clever players at those teams. They know what to do. The managers are clever. So they were just creating ways to move themselves around. I saw just before we came on, BT Sport was showing some analysis how Tottenham's right winger was just running centrally, moving our left back into a central position, creating so much space for Matt Doherty to run into. Yeah. So that was the way to beat the man marking system. But if we're going more zonally, which I expect to see, that compactness will be there. There won't be as much space, hopefully, for people to run into.
It will be interesting. What do you think? I mean, look at Leicester this season. Are you surprised at the sort of season that we've had?
I mean, just like us, you've had injuries yourself. I think for us, I forgot to say it earlier when you were on about centre-backs. Our centre-backs, I think we've had 13 different partnerships this season, which I think is crazy. You've not had the best season. I mean, coming off winning the FA Cup, I feel like you would have expected to be better. Is it the European football that's kind of...
I think, to be honest with you, for me, and of course, you said we did win the FA Cup. We also won, as I like to call it, the English Super Cup. Everybody else calls it, of course, Community Shield for some reason, but it's any other country with the Super Cup. So to me, it is the English Super Cup. We've had 2 very good seasons, 2 which we've never done before, 2 consecutive seasons in Europe. Everybody was saying, they've bottled it. They've only finished 5th. What do you mean only finished 5th for Leicester? I'd take 5th
that's a good finish
every season, But it has kind of, like I said earlier, football fans are fickle. And once you've got to that point, you expect more all the time.
It's interesting how the punditry have gone about it as well. Because if this was Leeds, if your club had Leeds United as a title and Bielsa as a manager, they'd call that Bielsa burnout. But there's been no mention of burnout for Leicester, which is an interesting one.
I think a lot of, I forget who it was now. They're just walking out the tunnel for me. I don't know about yourself.
I think I am a bit ahead of you. I've got the lineups on my screen now.
Have you? Oh, right. You are a little bit ahead of me.
I'll delay.
To be honest with you, it is impossible. It is impossible to get exactly on. You finally get exactly on, and
the different
your link goes down or
and,
something. Yes. No, I mean one of the pundits said on the BBC, sort of judge Brendan when he's got a fully fit squad.
Exactly.
You know,
and I feel like that was what Bielsa wasn't getting.
Yes,
I think it was in December, we had 10 players out injured, 10 first team players out injured. So we were playing our under 23s in a lot of the games. But because it's Bielsa, because he plays his own style, he wasn't afforded that in the way that he was getting spoken about, which was sad.
Yes. But you know what the press are like. You know, they've got the 6 darling clubs, and I'm sure Sky TV are crimming themselves even now about Man United, Man City tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I wasn't doing that, Recrom. I don't know if you did, but could you put the scoreboard clock on the screen? So when you say scoreboard, do you mean the actual number of minutes or the actual?
Yeah,
score?
I think they mean the time, so they can see like what minute we're in exactly.
Let me just see. Well, the problem with that is, Bcrom, I get totally what you mean, but everybody's on different times, and that is the only thing. That if you're on BT Sport on the TV, you're on different to BT Sport on Xbox. You're different to if you're using a Fire Stick and using one of the naughty channels, shall we say? I don't mean base station. And then I'm on laptop, so even us two here, we're at different times. We'll give an update at times as we go along, Bcom. It is a very, very good point, but I do tend to find that happens because Jeff, who was in the Philippines, I hope he said he was going to join us. Hopefully he's all right and he's going to, but he's in the Philippines and he was sort of 3 minutes ahead of us in the UK. Now, how that works, I don't know. But I'm just hoping that, we've had so many false dawns for Leicester this season. We've had the Man United win, we had the Liverpool win, and both times we failed to kick on. We did have the better of the game against Burnley, I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I'd expect Leicester to be beating Burnley 9 times out of 10. So
yes, yeah. Right, let me just see. Here we go. Let's put that up. There we go. I got so excited at beating Burnley that at full time I noticed I still got Burnley 0, Leicester 0 up.
It looked like you were really excited over a 0-0 draw then. That wouldn't have been ideal.
Oh, it has been that sort of season, believe you me. Of course, I would just like to say as well that we do stand united with Ukraine, as all clubs do. Absolutely. And our thoughts are going out to those people and all the families and everybody that is suffering at the moment.
Do you have any Ukrainian players? I don't actually know the squads too well. No.
Yeah, no, we don't. Do you? We certainly don't.
No.
Mike is watching on his Xbox and is about to kick off. I'm still doing the applause at the moment. I think they're having a minute's applause for the Ukraine. That's still what I'm on at the moment. So
they're about to kick off on mine as well.
Yeah,
so I will attempt to delay reaction to anything.
Well, you won't know. There's an ex-player, Leicester player, Steve Linux, and he did a watch along with me for Nottingham Forest game in the FA Cup, and he said he would do, but he couldn't help himself. Every time Forest scored, it's like, oh no, and I'm like, I didn't have to react because by the time it actually happened, I'm like, I knew that was coming.
And there was a few of them as well, weren't there?
No, few too many, unfortunately. But you see again, that it wasn't the fact that we lost, and it does hurt that we lost so badly into an East Midlands rival, but it was the performance that we put in that was so awful. And in the round before, because of the injuries, I think we ended up with 6 under-23 players on the pitch, and yet we beat Watford 4-1. And that was the thing with the Forest game is, you know, we put our strongest team out and they just didn't perform, you know. As Mike said here, quite rightly, Mike, RIP Shane Warne as well. Unbelievable that he was doing that for Rodney Marsh, and then
a few hours later,
yeah, you know. But yeah, RIP to Shane.
Lineup wise for us, I'm not actually sure what formation we're playing because it
I'm
looks
not.
like Luke Ayling's playing at centre back, Dallas is at right back, and Robin Koch is kind of defensive midfield.
Yeah, you kind of got 4 now across the back.
It does look like James and Rodrigo are up front, so.
No.
Dan James, just giving you a little warning. You'll see that in a minute.
I've literally just kicked off now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm on 1 minute 40.
Okay, let's have a look what I'm at. I'm at 18 seconds. Let me try another. That sounds about right for the time difference, to be honest with you. I'm just going to try a different link and just see what that brings up. Problem is, if you're not careful, you end up spending the whole game just trying to get in sync.
Find the link, yeah.
And you're never going to get it dead in sync. So, I've just seen the Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, for 50 seconds. I am quite a way behind you, aren't I? Let's try link number.
I just want the game to settle down a bit so I can work out what formation we're playing.
No, I think it's going to be. It could well be an end-to-end.
Okay, I think it is a 4-2. I think it is a 4-2-2 with Matthias Klick and Robin Koch in the 2, which is very interesting. We've got a right back playing a centre back.
I've just seen the Dan James effort.
Yeah,
Mike, thank you very much, Mike. I think the non-Foxes fans have got more faith in us than the Foxes fans. And
yeah, it's always the way.
Oh, yeah, just showing it again. Yeah, he blindsided 2 defenders. Well, he blindsided 1, but he got in front of Soyuncu.
I think him being so small helps with his pace because he can just weave in and out of the taller, less agile players.
Yeah. Good morning or good afternoon, Jeff. How are you? Looking forward to the game, expecting the City win. Although we've got past a corner and we've not conceded, so yeah, things are improving. That link's not even working.
Yeah, I think it is a. Oh.
Yeah, you're having technical difficulties, Jeff. He's watching the adverts. 244. Yeah, to be honest with you, I've got 2 streams working, and they're both literally within 10 seconds of each other. So, you know, I think
so for us, go on.
No. Sorry, you carry on.
For us, it's changing from a 4-2-2 to a 4-2-3-1. So I'm not sure when exactly they're changing. Maybe on attack we're going to the 4-2-2, and then on the defence we're going to the 4-2-3-1 with Dan James left up top by himself because he can just run onto long balls easier.
I think, like Mike said earlier, we put a lot of store in formations, but they do tend to sort of change within the game. And
now in modern football, the formation isn't as important.
Oh, I like it. Oh. March is a Rogers doppelganger. He's got his little notebook out.
He's still learning, to be fair. So,
Anthony, good evening. How are you, Arsenal fan? Going for a 2-1 Leicester win. Love you.
I haven't said my prediction yet, have I?
You haven't. No, sorry. I meant to ask you, and we got diverted.
I'm going to go for a 2-2.
2-2. Oof.
And I think I would take a draw, considering what's happened in our previous results, the players we've got out. And they're still learning the new system. So I'd take a draw with this one.
I get what you're saying there, Mike, but depending on what you're watching, you spend all that time doing that, and then you tend to find that one of them buffers a bit, and you're back to square one. But that is the joy. That is the joy. Unfortunately, I've got this set up in this room, and no TV. And where my main TV is, I haven't got this set up, so it's a thing. But talking about Daniel James, actually, I was quite interested in buying him in the summer.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we got Lookman instead, but Man United fans weren't overly impressed with him.
The Man United system under Ollie didn't work for him. I feel like he would have been a lot better used under Ralph Rangnick at the moment, because he likes to play a pressing way. He's worked with Jesse Marsh. Jesse Marsh was Rangnick's assistant at one of the Red Bull clubs. But yeah, Bielsa had wanted him for years. We tried to sign him when he was in the Championship at Swansea. I'm glad he finally got his man. Maybe it was a bit expensive, but I think if a player works for your system, you've got to pay what you need to pay to get him.
Jesus. So Unchu and Casper weren't talking then. Thank God Casper did come out.
So what's happening with Casper? Is he on his way out, or is he?
You know, there's so. If you believe all the newspaper reports, we're going to end up with a five-a-side team come the summer. You know,
is it time to reinvest?
Goalkeepers, they last longer, don't they? We've seen, in Buffon.
How old is he now? Because in my head, he's still 24, 25 when we had him.
No, I think he's in his 30s. That's a very good question. Let me just have a let's have a look. First team, Casper. He is. I don't know. Typical Leicester City. It doesn't actually give his date of birth 86. So, my mind's dead. But if he goes, he goes. But we've got Dan James.
30s.
You got Dan James.
Mid-30s then, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, goalkeepers can go on that bit longer.
Yeah,
and
he's done well for you, to be fair. So,
yes,
Mike, exactly.
He's amazing, and the best million odd we spent along with Vardy.
Yeah.
Does he? I mean, he may be if he was 10 years younger and he was in the team. You know, he may be saying, "I want Champions League football. I want Champions League football." But if anybody takes on a new goalkeeper, you're really going to want somebody probably a bit younger that you're going to get longer time out.
Yeah.
Yes, come on, Vardy. No, who's that to? Oh, ping ponging. So you probably sat there thinking, no, don't get excited. Nothing's going to happen. Leicester. Oh, this is a bit of Leicester pressure. And Leeds get it away. I'm just coming up to 8 minutes. So
it is a very hectic game. It's a very hectic game at the moment.
Jeez,
I'm just wanting it to calm down a bit.
You've given us a couple of warnings. Just seen Casper save with his feet. Oh, send him off. Last man and all.
Was that the Pascal Stroik booking? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, that was a debatable red, in fairness. It wasn't. I don't know whether it was deliberate, but you could argue there was Leeds defenders coming back, I guess. So, 36. I didn't think you were talking about me, Mike. He kind of fell into him. I'll give you the fact that wasn't a red card. But where are we going with this? Oh,
Interesting to see a manager wearing jeans on the touchline, though.
yes.
I've not seen that for a very long time.
No. Either tracksuits or suits, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not sure what I'd be. I think I'd be a tracksuit man myself.
I would, because I'm the one that ate all the pies, and you can hide more with a tracksuit.
Suit for a final, definitely. But I think I'd be.
Oh yes, yes. Oh, through his legs. It's a bit of a hectic pace this game, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I just want it to calm down a bit, but
yes,
Bielsa would be loving this. He loves hectic matches.
Oh.
Very end to end.
Right.
Mark Albrighton is getting on a bit now, isn't he?
Another one, yes. I mean, him, Vardy and Schmeichel, they're all sort of, left over from the championship winning team. Jeff's you're ahead of us, Jeff. You're 2 minutes ahead of us. So remember, don't post anything, mate. Anthony did that before. He was only joking, and actually blocked him.
He deserved it.
He did. As it happens, it was a false score anyway. Doug, how the devil are you, sir? Welcome along. Doug, the Liverpool fan. I think we've got more the fans from other teams in, but that's what it's all about. Fun and banter. Yeah. But I'm going to full screen this, so I'm not going to be seeing your comments for a while. That way I can't see if anything happens. I was just about to say we do like to give the ball away, and then you gave the ball away.
Yeah, I think one thing that I've heard Jesse Marsh say as well is he doesn't mind if you make mistakes. Mistakes happen; they're part and parcel of the game. But if you make a mistake, you've got to be on the press to win the ball back as quickly as possible. So giving the ball away is not something that he'd be too worried about. Whereas Bielsa would be furious if you gave the ball away, and they were almost too scared to give the ball away.
Ooh, corner. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a fair point that. I think we all make mistakes. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off. I don't want notifications, and I'm only looking because we're up your end of the pitch. It was the yellow card. Right, let me just turn this off.
Even that's behind.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is, and that's the Premier League notification thing, or Sky Sports, notification thing.
Oh yeah, they're years behind Sky Sports.
Yeah, there we go. They probably don't even realise we're playing. They're probably talking about Man United, Liverpool so much. Man United, Man City, I mean, sorry. Chowdhury. I'd forgotten Chowdhury was on the pitch. we've been down
Good
the
first
left.
few minutes for him.
Yeah, we've been down the left so much, and that is where our main threat does come from.
I think that side's going to see a lot more action than the other because you've got your dangerous players there. And obviously, we've got Rafinha on that side of the pitch as well.
Yes.
So I think that side of the pitch is going to be the more lively. It's been a good game so far, though.
I'm going to say
really
it has,
enjoying
hasn't it? I mean, I think we've had more of the play, but when you've broken a couple of times, you have put a couple of warnings past us.
Yeah. We just need to make sure we make use of those warnings a couple of times, maybe.
Well, yes.
For us, anyway, not for you.
No, we're the same. No, we are the same. That we will have all the possession and have all the shots, and we don't take them, and then we get bitten on the arse.
It'll be interesting to see how this game goes because in the last few games we've been out of the game by 25 minutes.
Right.
We've been 2 or 3 down often, so it'll be interesting to see how that changes.
It is, I think you are looking for the new manager bounce as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's a very positive guy. I was going to bring this up. Bielsa and him in their man management styles are polar opposites, even though they're similar on the pitch. Bielsa was very standoffish, doesn't talk to the players. He he gets the job done football-wise. But Marsh is very approachable, is very personable. He wants to be friends with them. He wants to create this very friendly atmosphere, which I feel like is what the players needed after the results that we've had.
Yes, yes.
He's a very passionate guy as well.
Oh, free kick, bringing Ndidi down, Harrison. It's a very even game, though, in fairness.
It is, yeah.
You know, literally, you know, one of your passes goes to one of our players, then we return the favour.
Yeah.
Long ball up. Leeds easily heading it out. But actually, said,
go on.
Sorry, no, I was just going to say that, yeah, we played well and got the win against Burnley. And if we don't get anything today, then that's not really been, you know, that valuable to us.
Yeah, I mean, you're safe. Like, 100% you're safe. So I think any points a bonus. You're not going to finish in the top 6 this season, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
So is it almost worth not going 100% in this game and focusing on midweek next week in the Conference League?
The thing is, fans don't let you do that, though, do they?
I know. You want to win every game as a fan, but
yes.
Is it a more sensible approach almost for you to focus on?
Madison's not in it at all, I noticed. I thought he might be on the bench, so I think that is
he was very important in the Burnley game, wasn't he?
Yes, yeah. So I think, you know, that might be a nod to Rennes coming up. To be honest with you, this season I've given up trying to work out what Rodgers' game plan is and what his team might be. Like I say, with injuries, we just haven't been able to predict in advance. My surprise was that Vardy started. I thought he'd do exactly what he did the other day, which was bring Vardy on for the last 15, 20 minutes when you're tired. But
is he just trying to get some minutes in him and then maybe take him off 50, 60 minutes in?
If he does, that will be when he changes it. Oh, Leeds are coming away. Leeds are... You got. Oh no, you had men over there and up and straight into Casper's arms. It's tell you what, if we're neutral, I'm guessing it's quite an interesting game.
This is more like the game you'd see from Leeds last season, I think.
Yes, I'm surprised how your season turned around so quickly. I mean, you know, I know Sheffield United had the same problem, but I had
Sheffield United's problem was they didn't do any investment at all. They just tried to do exactly the same way. I think we kind of have an excuse in injuries. If we had Bamford the whole season fit, if we'd had Phillips the whole season fit, we wouldn't be where we are in the league table.
Yeah,
you look at Bamford last season, 17 league goals. You take 17 league goals away from any side, they're going to struggle. You take your main centre mid out of any side, they're going to struggle. So
go on, Vardy, come on. Oh, lays it. Oh, Barnes, go on. Oh. Position back to Vardy. Vardy, KDH back to Vardy. Is he taking it too far? And it's over everybody's head, and Leicester player slipped in the box. I got excited for a little bit then.
There's danger signs there for both sides. So every time we go forward, I get excited. Every time you go forward, I'm pooing myself.
Yes. Oh, I know that feeling.
It's taken me back to our championship days before Bielsa, where every time the team against us went forward, we thought we were going to concede.
Yeah. Do you, because you had an ex-Leicester captain as your manager, Simon Grayson?
Yes.
What was it like under him?
He was the League One guy that took us up. He had one season in the Championship, unfairly dismissed, I think.
Yeah.
First season back in the Championship, we finished 7th, just a few points off the playoffs, which I think was a great season to have coming back into the Championship. I'm not going to compare him to the way we felt about Bielsa, because Bielsa was just incredibly special. But he was obviously an ex-Leeds player himself as well. So we had that connection with Grayson. And obviously we've got special memories with him, the promotion, the 1-0 against that team across the Pennines in the FA Cup. Alex Ferguson's mighty Manchester United crumbling to League One Leeds in the FA Cup.
That's what we live for as fans, isn't it?
Yeah. So we had a few special moments. I liked him. I thought again he was unfairly dismissed, but he's a Leeds fan. He loves it. He's always around and commenting on Leeds.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a corner. So just going up to 20 minutes for me. Leicester have definitely, I think, seem to have had more of the ball. You've looked dangerous on the counter-attack, though.
Yeah.
Definitely. Nice to see full stadiums again, isn't it, though?
Exactly, yeah. It was a shame they weren't at this game last season.
Yes.
I had to bring it up.
That was during our annual letting it all go at the last minute routine.
Yeah. I mean, the game earlier this season was a very good one as well. Rafinha scoring, and then seconds later, Harvey Barnes with a fantastic finish, equalising.
Yeah,
that was both of those goals were very.
That was
nice.
a definite poke the bear moment, wasn't it?
Yeah. We were buzzing from scoring. We hadn't settled down from the celebrations, and just Harvey Barnes escapes them.
He is he's come on, Harvey Barnes, and to be honest, I think both of him and Kieran Dewsbury Hall just show the advantages of the loan system, because they both would have been out on loan. Barnes at West Brom, Kieran Dewsbury Hall had a season at Luton Town and won every award going, and both of them are now. Oh, if Tillemans goes, I'm not as worried because we've got KDH. He isn't a Tillemans, don't get me wrong, but
Tillemans has kind of dropped off recently, hasn't he? It's not been as dangerous.
No, everybody says that, but in fairness to the guy, the whole team's dropped off this season.
Yeah, true.
But then you look at him like now, and I'm honest with you, I've not really seen him in it. Oh, no. Chowdhury, over the top.
Do you think Tielemans could play for a top 4 side? Or is he just
and
not?
I think that's where he's going to go. He's not signed a contract 12 months now, so the clues are kind of there that he probably won't. You should have done better with this one. Sorry, this is where you shot over the bar.
Yeah, it was a poor finish there.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be looking at... He could have gone in January, but he didn't. But I think he wants to wait till the end of the season and see who's in that top 4 position. Yeah. I mean, if Arsenal are in the top 4 and got Champions League, they could get him.
I think Tielemans at Arsenal would be a great fit. I think.
Yes. I mean, for me, Arteta. I know Arsenal fans aren't so keen on him, but he's slowly getting it right and turning things round.
If you were a centre mid, the career that Arteta had, I think you'd love to play under him.
Yeah, no,
like similar to Gerrard. I mean, he's not been as great in recent weeks. They've not had as many results as they'd expect. But if you're a centre mid, you'd want to play under the types of Arteta, Gerrard, Xavi at Barcelona.
Yeah. But if Arsenal don't finish in that Champions League place, I don't think he'll go to Arsenal. I think that's the deal breaker.
He wants the Champions League, yeah.
He wants Champions League football, And I've got to be totally. I mean, the guy. I mean, it sums him up. A couple of games after after Christmas, we played a game. He won a corner, and you think he'd celebrate. He was celebrating a goal. His heart is still in it, but like I say, when you've got a team that's been performing like we have this season, what to say, if we don't get the lead soon, you could really make us pay. It's coming down the left again. Kieran Dewsbury Hall. Slips. Still got the... Oh, that was a foul, yes.
I think if you go 1-0 up, it'll be interesting to see how we react. Because having gone 1-0 down and 2-0 down so often. Like in the last few games, the heads have just dropped. So it'll be interesting to see how Jesse Marsh reacts to going 1-0 down.
Well, that was kind. Oh, we are playing some lovely football. Dewsbury Hall, and he gets a corner. Yeah, I mean, because of the way our season's gone, as soon as we conceded a goal, our head, like you say, it was like, oh, here we go again. Jeff is still struggling to get a thing. Yeah, like Mike said, it depends what you're watching on, Jeff. And we're corner with Albrighton. Come on, Mark. Not a bad ball in, but it's headed away and hoofed. I thought it was... Oh! Fucking hell, Chowdhury. Jesus. Give me stained pants, why don't you? I couldn't see off camera that Schmeichel was as far out as he was. I'm like, bloody hell, what's going on?
I've just seen on Twitter that the Leeds fans have been chanting Jesse Marsh's name, which is good to see.
Yeah. Oh, you got to get behind the new manager,
Yeah. And he said as well, like, he's been told by fans that he's met already that we are going to chant Marcelo Bielsa's name. And he was like, yeah, I completely respect that. Go for it. What he's done for your club is amazing. He's a hero. So show your support for him. And he's actually, in one of his first interviews for Leeds, he said that he was trying to convince the board to give Bielsa till the end of the season, which is interesting to see. I didn't know that managers would have done that.
Just seen your the flag there, thanking Bielsa.
Yeah,
but we're the same. We chant Claudio's name still.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's great. You've got to remember what other managers have done for you, and if the manager that's there now gets offended or gets a bit hissy with it, that's their insecurities. Then you've got to respect that you're coming into a club that has done so much more before them and will go on to do so much more without them.
This is it. The club doesn't change, but the manager's players come and go.
Yeah.
Fans would, and we have to remember, and everything, there's no loyalty in football, blah, blah, blah. It's a job to them, you know, and if you like Kieran Dewsbury Hall, it's, they're different because they've come up through the youth system. The Leicester lads, he's from Syston, just outside Leicester. But for Tillemans, in fairness, why would he have loyalty to him? It's a job.
Yeah. If you're not enjoying a job in normal life, you leave and get a new one.
Exactly.
So
you are looking dangerous on these counter-attacks. You really, really are.
I think it's just the speed and the energy that we have. I mean, we've got loads of quick players and they're not afraid to run. And I think, I'm not sure how aware you are of the murder ball thing that Bielsa used to do. In training, he used to he's upped it to 2 or 3 times a week in recent times. So not having that will have conserved so much energy.
Yeah, I've just sent you an idea, Jeff. Chelsea Perspective, thank you very much. How the devil are you? And thank you very much for your kind donation. I popped on earlier on your channel while I was setting up, and so you're talking about the end of the Abramovich era. It was all very quick. It will be interesting to see where that goes and who you get. But all the best,
how much
Chelsea.
Money they'll pump in, yeah.
Well,
because that's been one of the important things under Abramovich, hasn't it? He's putting so much money into the squad. To be honest
with you, I mean, all right, yes, he's Russian, and I get with everything that's going on, but he was always at the matches when he could be, when he was allowed to be. He has put his own. It is his own money that he's putting in. So I mean, I say, it's unfortunate with what's going on at the moment, but
I don't think it was a government thing forcing him to sell. I think he came forward and said, I think it's best for the club if I leave.
Yes. Yeah.
which is an interesting thing. Whether
he said he's
would
always
have
had the
had to do
club
that.
at heart, and he has travelled the world. When they won the World Club Championship recently, he was there, and let's be honest with you, he's probably been more committed to Chelsea than the Glazers are to Man United or the Kroenkes are to Arsenal.
Yeah.
He's helped the growth of the Premier League. He probably. And in fairness, he was one of the first ones of the Big Six, or the so-called Sky's Big Six, that pulled out of the ESL.
Yeah.
It took sort of Man City and Chelsea, who surprisingly don't have American owners, to make those decisions. So
I mean, the fact that they were in it in the first place is a bad enough thing, but.
It is. But they responded to the fans, and you've got to give them credit.
The fact that Tottenham were in it as well was hilarious.
Well, yes, it was. Go on. Go. What? Bloody hell, mate! You don't even know where the ball's landing. What are you doing? You're just spending all your time looking round. Oh, mate. You've just reminded me, actually. That I haven't done this yet today. I always like to just remind Tottenham fans how long it's been since they won a trophy. And you probably saw last night, I do like to sometimes update it. 14 years, 4 days, 19 hours, 33 minutes and 11 seconds since you last won a trophy, Spurs. So we will keep everybody updated with that, but I think it won't be changing anytime soon.
No, I think you can add another year onto that one.
Definitely. They're just like getting knocked out of competition. Yeah, they are getting knocked out of competitions even without playing.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the game so far, Connor?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's not good for my heart. Every time you come forward, you look dangerous. Every time we come forward, we look dangerous. So for the neutrals out there, it's an incredible game to be watching. Early kickoffs are always interesting ones. I never bet on early kickoffs because you can never predict anything. But it's an exciting game. I'm interested to see how it goes on.
Yeah, Jack Linton there said, "God, this ref is a bit dodgy."
He has blown for quite a lot.
Yeah, and I think the surprise is, Jack, that you're surprised. That's just the standard.
It's the Premier League, of course, the ref is going to be dodgy.
Yes. If you win, it's brilliant, but if you lose, it's always. And then let's face it, English refs and VAR at the moment, it's just all a joke. And Jeff said here, been a great game, to be fair, as a neutral. Yeah, I think you're right, it has. Jack's just laughing at the comment, and Jeff says Spurs are earning their place in the Super League. Yeah, right, whatever. Right, so it's a free kick to Leeds, up into the box, headed clear by Leicester.
One thing I am taken away from this, you can see, I don't know if you've noticed, but for me, you can see the different style of pressing for Leeds straight away. They are pressing in groups instead of individual. Yes.
So you're not letting us sort of settle, are you? You really get, if we get the ball, you are actually, and that was it. Like for Leicester against Forest, simple thing like that we weren't doing. And you get the ball in defence, and your left back has got 2 players on him, 3 players on him. Yes, yeah, and we do intend to like playing at the back. Unfortunately,
you do like to play it at the back.
We do, yeah. I mean, that's
that'll play
into contention.
Hopefully, that'll play into Marsh's hands because he likes to press in the groups and then score within 10, 20 seconds of winning the ball back.
I mean, to my mind, we're not Barcelona, we're not Brazil. We can't play out from the back. Just hoof it upfield, and if we lose it there, at least it's in your half. And
we're 1/11th Brazil.
Yes. Come on now, come on, Leicester. Oh no, the idea was there. Had that ball gone over your defender, Vardy would have been. Through one of those obvious statements. That's like a Michael Owen statement, isn't it?
If this had happened, it would have been a goal, but it didn't happen, so it's not.
The ball had gone in the net, that would have been a goal to them, yes.
You can't win games if you don't score goals. Cheers, Michael.
Yeah, it's an education listening to him. I'm not sure.
One thing from Michael Owen that stuck out to me was when they were talking earlier this season about Ilan Meslier. He was saying how he remember seeing him coming through Leeds Academy, 16 years old, and how much of a great keeper he was. We signed him from a French team at 19 years old. So he just completely made that up. I remember seeing him in the academy at Leeds. No, you didn't, because he wasn't there.
Yeah, I do. And it's like, I know they can't sort of know as much as fans, but sometimes they just get things so horribly wrong, you know.
Yeah. If you're not sure on something, don't say it. Just keep it simple.
Yes, yeah.
Punditry can be simple, and that's what people forget at the moment. They need it to be complicated. They need to have interesting facts.
Yeah. On Wednesday at 1:00, I'm actually having a chat with Mike McCarthy. He's a BBC Radio Leicester football presenter, and he also covers matches for Talk Sport.
Okay.
And he's a bit of a Leicester fan as well. So I saw a picture on his Twitter, and it was like a double page. He'd got his book open, double page. He'd got all covered in post-it notes, with little notes about each player and what have you. And they do the research, but yeah, you've not been watching Leicester much this season, have you? I think if this goes into half time at 0-0, I don't think either side could complain.
No, I'd be very happy with a 0-0 at half time.
Yes.
Interesting to see what changes we make as well, because our bench is looking a lot healthier now with Bamford back.
Yes.
And let me have a look, actually. Let's see what players we've got on the bench. Because we've got Bamford who could come on. He might make an appearance, he might not. But if he comes on, he could be dangerous. We've got young Joe Gelhardt on the bench. I don't know if you know much about him.
No.
Signed him from Wigan. He's been compared to being the next Wayne Rooney. He's been a very dangerous player.
Right.
He just likes to... He is a natural striker, but he's like Dan James in the way that he likes to get the ball at his feet and run at defenders.
I think if unless you are particularly losing badly, I think you might not bring Bamford on until you're really desperate to. Mike says there, a typical Mike. This is a typical Michael Owen. Tomorrow is Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. Mike said here, I don't know if you would agree with this or not. And like you say, you are very much at rival clubs here. But
I've got a name, Mike. Come on.
Connor, Mike. Connor. Chris, Connor will take 0-0 at full time.
Listen, I said at the start of the game that I think a draw would be a great result for us. Just not conceding a goal, as he said, would be nice. But a draw would be great. Get a point on the board, a point further away from the relegation zone.
Yeah.
And it would be progress under Marsh. I think for him to get a draw in his first game against a team like Leicester would be great. He'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Oh, Casper's dad in the stands. Oh, this is a good. Oh, you slipped him. Oh, it's a cross into the box, but it's too far, and Chowdhury clears it. He's impressed me this. I've always been a bit worried about Chowdhury because he's always had a red card in him, but he's been dropped back into defence. Well, first game when he was against Liverpool when we beat them 1-0 after they knocked us out the Carabao Cup, and you know he's impressed me this season. He really has.
I wonder how long, if it does stay 0-0 at half time, I wonder how long Rodgers will leave it till he brings Daka on.
Do you know what? I wish I could tell you. Like I say, we never know with
it's
Rodgers.
It's not like the old days where you could see Wenger. He'd always make a sub on the 60th minute.
Yeah, that's the time when he usually has a sort of has a think about it. But Chowdhury, what are you doing?
Like with Bielsa, well, I need to get away with this, but with Bielsa, if something wasn't working, he'd make a change in the 20th minute.
Yeah.
There were several times when Calvin Phillips last season would get subbed off in the 30th minute because something wasn't working. And I think as players, they just need to get to grips with it's side before self. You need to put the team before yourself if something isn't working.
And if you can notice something is changing or something is going wrong that soon into a game, change it.
There's no point just sticking around for the sake of it. If something's going wrong, you need to make a change.
Yeah, Mike said it hurts him to be friendly with a Leeds fan. Oh dear.
I'd just like to thank Mike for giving me the best minute of my life a couple of weeks ago. Those 2 goals in however many seconds. I know the result wasn't ideal, but it was an incredible minute.
Yes. Oh, here we go again. Pass it around at the back. Thing is, with Man United, they do give other teams so many happy memories these days, don't they?
They do, yeah.
And I've got to mention it, even when, oh God, no, oh shit, you had a bit of a, well, the shot was blocked by Soyuncu, but if he hadn't, here we go, Michael Owen again. If he hadn't been there, I think that'd have been a goal. Oh no, I think Michael was behind.
I'm not trying to dig out Mike here, but I think earlier on when I was talking about the sense of entitlement, I think Man United fans are the epitome of that. Expecting to win trophies every year. I mean, with the amount of money they put in, they should be winning trophies. But just because of your history, it doesn't mean you're automatically going to win a trophy.
No, and I think in maybe fairness to Mike here, because sugar.
I mean, Mike seems like a great guy from the chat.
Oh, thank God for that.
I know that every team has stupid fans, and that Mike seems like a great guy. I think the problem with a lot of,
I mean, Man United, as I always say, an injury to a defender, who knew? I think with Man United, they had so much success under Ferguson, and it was brilliant. He was a fantastic manager. Probably the best manager that we're ever going to see. You've got to remember that before that, Man United were really just like a Spurs and Arsenal now.
Yeah, exactly.
And they've gone back to that post-Ferguson. The problem is that they had so much success for so many years.
They expect it now,
But Mike doesn't know the time, or a lot of Man United fans don't remember that time because they're so young.
I mean, it's similar. It's kind of the reverse with Chelsea. I mean, before Roman Abramovich came in, they were not really doing much. And then Abramovich came in, kind of turned the tides, and they became a winning club.
It is, but it is, football does go in cycles, Mike. Before Ferguson, like I say, Man United were just like Spurs were at the moment. They win the odd cup now and again. Liverpool were the dominant force. They were totally dominant, but it took them 30 years to get back to winning the Premier League. We won it before they did. So anyway, Leicester on the break. Down this left again. Oh no, Leeds. I would imagine you've hit half time, have you?
Not just yet. No, I've still got a couple. I'm on 44 minutes.
Right. I'm on 43:31.
So I am exactly a minute ahead of you then.
Oh, I've caught you up a little bit then.
Yeah. Because when you said that, it just ticked over to 44:31 when you said your time. So not too far out.
No. Like I say, you can spend, if you're not careful, you can spend most of the time.
Yeah. If you get a stream that works, stick with it.
Yes. Oh! Bugger. I mean, it was straight at your goalie.
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, he nearly messed it up.
I still get nervous over set pieces because of the last couple of months that we've had, but I need to calm down a bit. Something's different. We've changed the way we do it. We've done a lot of work on set pieces this week, and this is where you're going to score from a set piece and absolutely shut me up somewhere in this game. But
this, well, it's the same with us with corners. You know, we've conceded more from corners. I literally was watching the game one day, and the commentator, I think it was BT, said, you know, Leicester giving the opposition a corner is like conceding a goal for them. And as soon as he said that, the ball was in the net from a corner.
Funnily enough, when we played Manchester United, Manchester United had a corner, and the commentator said, Man United have not scored from a corner in this amount of games. Leeds United are awful at set pieces. The ball comes in and Man United score. It's a commentator's curse.
It is. It is.
And I'd love to be a commentator to curse some teams.
Yeah.
For me, it's just gone half time. It's just started. Half time's just started. So,
right, yeah.
Sorry to spoil that, but there's no more goals in this half.
I'm as good as there anyway. So, brilliant. So, right, I'm going to go off and have a natural break and just update things. So, feel free to do yourselves, guys. You're going to have the pleasure of a bit of Babe Station music. Is what they tell me it is, but I don't believe it. Let's maybe have have a bit of rock. Let's have a bit of rock, and we'll be back. We'll be back in a few minutes. Cheers, mate. He says once he gets the picture, right? Here we go. And we're back. Oh, that feels better. I don't like to go to the toilet during the match because that's only when the opposition score.
Exactly. Yeah, that happened. That happened to me earlier this season when we went away to Fulham in the League Cup. I was there. Went out to go to the toilet before half time.
It's fatal. Fatal. Lovely bit of rock to jam to. Well, it was better than the Love one, which I say everybody was telling me was like Babe Station music, but how they know. Anyway, so I mean, I think when you look at that first half, I think it was probably more fun for the neutral than it was for the Leeds and Leicester fans.
Yeah, I agree. I think we've edged it chances wise. I think we've had a few more chances or a few more clear cut chances almost, especially towards the end of that half. But I mean, to give Leicester the fair play, you've had chances as well. It's been a very end to end game.
It certainly has. And would you, as I think you've said this before, but if it stayed this way, doesn't really do either of us any good. But I suppose it's not losing.
Yeah, it's a point further away from the relegation zone for us. Obviously, I'd rather win, but I said I'd take a draw at the start of this game. And it's interesting to see, before we just came back on air there, Jake Humphrey, who's presenting on BT Sport, said that this is the first time in 5 games we've not conceded 2 goals in the first half.
Really?
So there is an obvious improvement already there.
And it would be typical that it was Leicester. But I'm just going to actually get the... if I could do it right. No, let me press the right button. I'm going to try and actually have a look at the stats for the first half. I know stats don't always tell you everything, but
no, I'd imagine they're fairly even.
Yeah, if we have a look now, here we go. So let me just take the.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
So we've had a fair few more chances than you, then, according to this.
You have 9 apparently, according to our 3. That's a bit. Well, they are the stats, I guess, but I didn't. Would you say it was that?
I think we had a few aimless shots that got blocked or went over, so maybe 9 is about right. I would have thought I think you might have had more than 3, but obviously, who am I to argue with the stats?
Well, exactly.
It seems like you had more than 3 anyway.
Yeah. Corners, yeah, fouls. Well, we all know dirty Leeds. You're always going to commit more fouls, aren't you? But,
it's passion. It's passion. It's not a foul.
That's it. Yes.
It's passion to win the ball.
If it's your team, it's passion. If it's the other team, the dirty bastards. Would you be making any changes at half time? I don't think we will make changes just yet.
I don't think they will. I think the first change we should make is bringing Adam Forshaw on off the bench to replace Mateusz Klich. He personally isn't a defensive midfielder. he's more of a central attacking midfielder or just a normal central midfielder. So to shore up that midfield, I think I'd bring on Adam Forshaw at some point. He wasn't 100% fit. He didn't train every day this week, so which is why he's on the bench. But since he's come back from his 2-year layoff from injury, he's been one of our most important players in the midfield, especially with Phillips missing. So that'll be the first one I'd look to if we were to make a change.
Yeah. Had you asked me sort of a couple of weeks ago how I would feel at this, I'd be actually quite pleased with it. But after the Burnley result, but then again, we've got to accept that, like you say, you have got that new manager bounce, and it does make a difference for the first couple of games, you know.
Yeah, it's a different voice, there's different ideals, there's a different passion almost. I mean, it doesn't. Manager bounce doesn't always work, as we've seen with balding Frank Lampard over at Everton.
Yeah. What was I saying the other day? Including caretakers, 6 of the last 7 Leeds managers have lost their first game in the Premier League. And the exception was Terry Venables.
I think there's a stat going around that Jesse Marsh has never lost his first game in charge of a club as well. So that'll be
really well.
That's an interesting stat there. How they differ.
Mike. We know there's rivalry between you and Connor, but I'm not putting all those comments up, I'm afraid, you know. But if I did, and I had a beeper, you wouldn't be able to hear anything because I'd be beeping you all the time.
It needs to calm down.
Yes, calm down now. Come on. Right, let's have a look at some score draws predictions. I mean here. So mine's looking a long way off because I've gone 3-0 to Leicester.
I mean, you never know. You never know what happens.
Well, exactly. Ian Marshall 2-0, Steve Walsh 2-1, Jerry Taggart, who's leading the prediction league at the moment, 2-0. Steve Linus has gone for a 1-1 draw. And Ian Wilson, their head behind the banner, he went for a goal fest of 3-2. I can't see that happening here.
Well,
but you never know.
Stranger things have happened.
What will Leeds' attitude? I mean, if Leicester get a goal, I think for us, if I'm honest with you, a clean sheet is almost as important as winning. If we can keep a clean sheet, you know, that's 2. We've not done that all season, 2 on a trot. But if we get the first goal, how do you think you will react?
Oh, I'm not sure because of what's happened recently. I think making it to half-time without conceding is a massive confidence boost for the Leeds players. Having, as I said, in the last 5 games, we'd conceded 2 goals at half-time. So to not have that pressure on them almost is a great thing. I'm not sure how they'll react. Whether... because last season, as you saw, we went 1-0 down. We weren't out of the game at all. We were coming back. We'd score. We'd be like, okay, you've scored a goal, fine. We're going to go and score 2. But recently under Bielsa, we concede. That's the game done, which isn't the best. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see how Jesse Marsh reacts to it as well. Whether he might bring on Bamford and Gelhardt because they are both equally dangerous players.
I mean, for me and Leicester, we have, as you know, our problem has been conceding. So I think for us to get this far and it be 0-0, it's quite a relief for us as well.
How do you think your players would react by going 1-0 down?
After the sort of season we've had, we've seen it. The heads have gone down. And it's a case of, here we go again. But I don't know, because we've had a couple of wins. We beat Randers away, which I know is no big feat. But
it's a win in Europe, which is, that's a great thing.
It was the equivalent, no disrespect, it was the equivalent of playing like a lower league team like Man United, for example. But sorry, Mike. Sorry, but the performance, although it was a dead end because the first leg we won 4-1. We scored after 2 minutes, so it was say overs again. But that said, we were awful. We were. They had 25 shots. Now for a team of that level to have 25 shots, if you give that to a top 10 Premiership team, you're asking for trouble. There was a Burnley game that has buoyed us a bit, but like I say, whenever we do well, we expect that to carry on straight away. And I think that if you get anything from us today, we will be quoting the new manager bounce effect.
Yeah,
whatever happens. Yeah. I'm just looking now, and you are, as things stand, 3 points ahead of Burnley. Yeah, Burnley have 2 games in hand on you.
I don't think people are talking enough about Brentford.
Or Everton, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, they're not talking about Everton because of Frank Lampard is the media's darling, all of that nonsense. I think Everton and Brentford are the ones in real trouble. Because you look at the games in hand that the games in hand that people have over Brentford, they're 2 games ahead, and we're only a point behind them.
Yeah.
So I think they haven't won for a very long time. I don't think people are talking about them enough.
They haven't won in 5. We're just coming out again now onto the pitch. And sorry, just as an update for any fans, it is now 14 years, 4 days, 20 hours, 3 minutes, 4 minutes now, and 2 seconds since Tottenham last won a trophy. So just keeping you updated there. I think Newcastle are going to be safe, to be honest with you.
I think Newcastle will be fine. I think it's between... Obviously, I'm going to be biased. I don't think Leeds are going to go down.
No.
I think it's between... Norwich and Watford are done. I think it's between Burnley and Everton and potentially Brentford for that 3rd spot. And we play Brentford on the last game of the season, so we could have control over what happens, which is nice.
We have kicked off now. I'm at 45-25. For me, and obviously I am not biased, but I think I wanted Brentford to do well because, like Leeds last season, I like clubs that haven't been up for a while, who aren't.
Well, this is their first season in the Premier League ever, isn't it? I
want them to come up. I mean, people that follow me well know I hate Norwich and I hate Watford. Nothing against the clubs, just the fact that you disrespect other football teams and the football club and the Premier League by just coming up, grabbing the money, and going back down again.
Exactly. They're odd clubs. Like Norwich and Fulham are very similar in that regard. How they absolutely storm the Championship and win it easily, almost, and they come up and they can't do anything.
Yes,
it's odd how they have so much money from winning the league and the parachute payments, but they just don't use it.
I mean, it annoys me. It annoys me immensely. But I think from sort of Brentford down, I'd like to see Brentford stay up. I'd like to see Everton go down, if I'm honest with you.
I'd love to see Everton go down, especially because it's Lampard.
Yeah. But I just, like you say, I think Watford and Norwich are down.
Yeah,
Schmeichel
I think it's
easily takes
Norwich have had a bit of resurgence under Dean Smith, but I think it's too little too late for them.
Yeah. Oh, we're normally kicking the other way in the second half. We normally kick at this goal, but I think he might have won the toss then. But yeah, because we normally.
Another stat on Leeds conceding that I've just seen on Twitter. Leeds have reached half-time without conceding away from home for the first time since November 27th.
Wow. That's Leicester for you. Were there for any other team to come along and break records for against. That is our purpose in life as a football club. There was no changes at half-time. Well, yeah, I mean, Norwich have been a Premier League regular in the past.
I'd love to see teams like Blackburn or Forest come back up and see how they fare with it, because they're for me, they're classic Premier League teams.
I'd like to see Forest come up, and I'd like to see them go straight back down.
I think, yeah. I think for Forest again, it's a too little, too late thing. They started awfully. They got a new manager in, and they're climbing up the table. But I think getting into the playoffs is a tricky thing.
Yes.
But they've
we've not had apart from the FA Cup game, which we don't talk about, we haven't had a good East Midlands derby for ages.
That's the thing. It would be good to see more proper derbies in the league.
But I don't think these days, like when Leicester played Nottingham Forest, apart from probably Kieran Dewsbury Hall and Luke Thomas possibly, it probably didn't mean anything
People
to the
don't
players.
Get it.
Tillerman's there saying, well, starting on Forest, what does this mean? And
yeah, they're a championship team. Why is it a derby? But they don't get it. It's good to see.
I think it just definitely has taken some of the spice, out of. It's nice having the foreign players here, but I think just not the same with some of the games. Anthony, yes, maybe put it up to show the Tottenham fans. No, come on, Arsenal. Let's not rub it in too much. You know me. I don't like to rub it in for Tottenham fans. 14 years, 4 days, 20 hours, 8 minutes and 55 seconds. Just for you, that Anthony. Just for you. Yeah, you're making a better start for this second half, I think.
Yeah, we've had a lot more of the ball than we did. It's that American passion that Jesse Marsh is bringing in the dressing room.
The Donald Trump of the football world.
The thing is, he is a very good talker. Jesse Marsh is what I've realised from his interviews and press conferences. Like he did an interview for Leeds when he first signed on. The day after Bielsa was sacked, and Leeds Twitter was like, "Why I hate that I like him. I don't want to like him because of what Bielsa was for our club, but you just can't help but like him. He's a great talker. He seems to know what he's on about. But talking's only half the business in football. You need to be able to get the results on the pitch.
Oh, indeed, yeah.
And I think a draw against Leicester would do that for us. I think it would be a great result.
I think
our record against Leicester in recent years is quite a good one, I think, from memory.
Yeah, I mean, I put it up the other day. Let me just see if I can find it again here.
I don't think we've lost to you since we came back last season.
No, I don't think you have, to be honest with you.
And that's going to be me shooting myself in the foot, and we're going to lose 4-0 here.
No, you carry on saying it. I mean, we played each other 19 times in the Premier League. We've won 8, you've won 9. We've won 5 at home, you've won 4 away.
It's very close, yeah. No, I like playing Leicester. I mean, for me, Leicester aren't a club that I hate. They're not a club that I particularly love either.
How can you hate Leicester? How can you hate the club Leicester?
I know they're a nice team. That's what I'll say. They're a nice team, and it's always, from my memory, it's always been a good battle, Leeds against Leicester.
I mean, I grew up knowing Leeds, the Don Revie years.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous.
Yeah, but that was when you were the Man United of your time.
Exactly.
But you were dirty. But then I was watching ITV4 the other day, and they have the big match revisited. I think they had Chelsea against Charlton, and it was in the second tier. So that was the second division. It was known then. My God, the tackles were going in.
I know that's the style of football that it was back then.
Yeah, and that's what Leeds basically, were.
We were just taking advantage of the way that you could tackle, I think.
Yeah. Well, first yellow card of the match to Ndidi.
However, under Bielsa, got rid of that. Well, we tried to get rid of that name. We were more of an honest team. And that was frustrating for us when other people were taking advantage of like the dark arts kind of thing almost, because Bielsa tried to drill that out of the players. So it will be interesting whether Jesse Marsh kind of allows that to happen a bit more, like taking advantage of the referees and that kind of thing.
Because we were sort of applauded and lauded because when we played Nottingham Forest, one of our players had a heart attack at half time, and Nottingham Forest called the match off, and they we replayed it, and they were 1-0 up at the time, and we let their goalkeeper kick off and just score from the kick-off.
Yeah.
Now, of course, Leeds and Aston Villa had that famous, and I love watching that. I think Bielsa did the right thing, but I don't know, was it Click or one of your defenders? Certainly wasn't happy
Janssen, who's Brentford captain now. I mean, I get where Janssen was coming from. He's a defender. No defender wants to concede a goal. That's just, he was a very passionate guy. He ended up leaving after that season anyway because of disagreements between him and Bielsa. I don't think we needed to. That moment kind of changed the rule book, didn't it? You only had to kick the ball out and stop the game if it was a head injury after that moment, because that wasn't a head injury. So
this was it. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't have to kick the ball out at all.
Yeah, in the rule book, we were right to carry on. It wasn't a head injury. We were happily allowed to carry on and score a goal. But Bielsa and his morals and his fairness attitude felt that it was right to let them go on and score a goal.
Tell you what, these first 10 minutes, it's all been Leeds.
It has, yeah. It's whether we're going to rue the missed chances or
not. I'm
not.
going to say, you're not actually doing much with the ball.
We're getting forward and having a lot of the ball.
Yeah, it's ping-ponging in the defence a lot. But
there's no clear-cut chances. We're just kind of waiting for the right moment.
I'm saying that. Oh, that's an excellent ball. But again, here we go, I'm buffering. But then again, you shot it straight at the defender.
Yeah, it's so good having all of this pressure, but not making the most of it is another thing. Whether we're just kind of trying to slowly build up the pressure and waiting for something to explode, or whether we're slowly building up the pressure and going to rue the missed chances.
Brilliant. We are. We've got you next, Anthony. We'll do a live stream for that if you're up for it, Anthony. Definitely. Message me, remind me. This is just getting like Marty's again really good in defence. He's been such the Boo Boys' favourite for a couple of seasons, but he's done really well this season. Now you've gone quiet. What does that mean? Either you waiting?
No, we haven't. I was just watching some replays of something you'll see in a minute.
I thought you're either going to sort of be up and cheering in a minute. You're just waiting like a coiled spring. That said, you shot straight over the bar anyway.
I think Hanacho might be coming on for you soon. I think that was him. I'm not sure if it was, but Brendan Rodgers was talking to somebody.
If he is bringing him on, and it's a Leeds corner at the moment, I do hope that he keeps Vardy on, because those two up front last season were lethal.
Yeah,
which obviously meant that Rodgers. Oh, you fucking hell!
That's what I was watching the replay of.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Iheanacho is going to come on. I'm not sure who comes off, because Vardy's always dangerous. Harvey Barnes has always got that potential to do something.
So is it Albrighton that comes off? Yeah, that was well done, Schmeichel. But then again, Tielemans hasn't exactly done an awful lot in this game, but he can He only needs one touch of brilliance. Yeah, he is talking. What are you on at the moment? Because I'm on 57.46.
Mine has just ticked to 59.
Oh, so you're 2 minutes ahead. Yeah, I mean, in actual, looked like he was taking, I'm going to say taking his clothes off, but taking his bib off.
Who's your number 37 as well?
Oh, God.
Because it looks like he's coming on as well.
Lookman, I think.
Oh, yeah, he seems to be coming on as well.
Good. Mike, what number was Lookman? You got it in the quiz and you got it right. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be too long before we see Bamford come on.
Well, up to that 60-minute mark, like you say. Oh, Jesus. Well done, Schmeichel.
Is that the Rafinha chance?
That's where Schmeichel came out and kicked it away.
Ah. I can tell you that Vardy is off.
Vardy is off.
Vardy off, Iheanacho on, Chowdhury off, Lookman on.
Yeah. He's going
So
for
is
more
that you
attacking then.
Is that you going to 3 at the back?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, Vardy's not. Yeah.
It looks like Albrighton's gone to right back.
Yeah, he does play there.
Yeah. I think you have stuck before at the back.
I don't get Vardy for Iheanacho.
No, I think, I mean, this is where we say that and Iheanacho scores now, but Vardy's been one of your only threats, him and Barnes, for me. They've been the two danger men.
That was the Rafinha chance, I think. Casper just stuck a foot out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, look, Iheanacho can't play it on his own. He's not, not like a Vardy or a Daka. Anybody had bought Daka on. If he's only going to stay one up front.
We are making a change in the next couple of minutes, by the looks of things, and it's Joe Gelhardt coming on.
Oh.
Is a 19-year-old striker that I was on about earlier.
Yeah.
We've been dying to see more of him because every time he's come on, he looks dangerous. He's got the confidence of someone twice his age.
But don't you think that's it with youngsters, though? They don't have that fear, do they?
Yeah. He'll just play. He just loves playing football. He'll get the ball and just run at you.
Right. I am not enjoying this second half. Oh, fucking hell. End it now, as Donald Trump would say.
Stop the count.
Yes.
Well, I'm happy to see Gelhardt get some more minutes. Leeds fans under Bielsa were crying to see him get let loose.
Jeff, he was undecided whether to or not. He was prepared for it. He'd done all the graphics for it, but I don't know if he is. He hasn't tweeted about it, Jeff, so chances are possibly not.
I wasn't expecting that.
Rodrigo's
going off.
Oh, really? I don't mind that.
So we've got Gelhardt and Dan James up front now, two small, pacey players. I thought we would have kept Rodrigo on for the bit of height, and so maybe Bamford will be coming on for Dan James in a few minutes, maybe, to give us a bit of
Hello
height.
to Rio's Games and Disney. How are you? Nippon, how the devil are you, sir? You've come on to watch these rivals play each other, have you? I haven't watched Ted Lasso yet.
Neither have I. I've been looking to it.
Yeah, it's on Disney, which I haven't got.
Jesse Marsh has been very active against it. He said he has not seen it, but is aware of the stigma that American coaches bring, and Ted Lasso hasn't helped.
Yeah. Rio's a big Leicester fan. That's what we like to see, Rio. Get us, if you haven't yet, please smash the likes on the video, everybody, and also subscribe if you haven't to the channel. It does help. And it's good, thanks.
Ooh.
I am getting a little bit nervous because it is all you.
It is, yeah. We just need to take advantage of it. We can't let this pressure build for no end product.
Yeah. I mean, you've had 17 shots now to our 3.
Exactly. That's not good enough. We need to have scored 2 or 3 from those, ideally, realistically.
Well, we're the home team, allowing for your new manager bounce sort of effect. We shouldn't be letting you have that many shots. Oh, shit. If I'm honest now, I can only see one team winning this.
That's the Leeds. We won't have that optimism yet. We'll.
They're looking for a penalty.
All of this pressure, and every team will say Leeds should be winning, and we know we should be winning this realistically, but it would be very us to go and lose this game.
I think they were looking at an Albrighton handball, weren't they?
Yeah. It was very, very faint. Like, it would be very harsh if that was given. It kind of brushed his fingertips almost.
Oh, Leicester breaking. And Leicester losing the ball.
One in the same.
This is the Leicester of earlier in the season back. I've missed you. Welcome back.
This is the Leeds from earlier on in the season. So we're both having a little reunion here.
Yes. I think yours might be better than ours, though. Now, my daughter's been saying I need to watch Ted Lasso, but I need to see if it's on the Fire Stick at all. That, I tell you what, that is unforgivable. At home in the Premier League, and no disrespect, Leeds, against a team that is, where you are. The fact that you've got 17 shots is ridiculous. Oh, I mean, a chip then straight into the goalkeeper's hands. I mean, I just. Oh, here we go. You've gone quiet and you're attacking. Oh, I thought you're going to bundle Casper into the goal then.
It would have been nice.
I'm really annoyed now at that stat. It's really those of you that know me regularly will know that I don't like. We should be. Oh, yes, yes. Harvey Barnes. Come on, Leicester.
Harvey bloody Barnes.
Oh, you're crying to your Hovis, aren't you? You're crying into your Hovis. Sorry,
That's
mate.
what I was saying. It's not deserved, in my opinion, at all.
I've got to do this. Sorry, great. Sorry. Oh,
that's very tough on us. That
it is. I won't lie. Funny thing was, I was about to say, because you'd gone quiet and you were attacking, and I thought, oh, here we go. And I was getting mad. I was about to say, if we get anything from this, it will be we'll have stolen it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm going to have to update the banner now. But I feel like you were doing what Leicester have done a lot of the season. You had all that possession and you did nothing with it. And then that comes and happens.
Oh, that was offside. Yeah, it wasn't a goal. I thought they were showing a clip of the goal then, but it was a different chance. No, that's tough. That is tough.
And I do get that.
Leeds making another change.
And thank you to everybody in the chat for holding back on that, because you were obviously ahead of me, because I've got a load of things to come. Mike, don't be horrible. Don't be horrible. Good Barnes goal. As I say, when he's on form, Barnes, and we're coming again. No, yeah, offside. Now he comes. Dan,
Yeah,
turf
they're
at
quiet,
Morehouse
aren't they?
man. Leeds are falling apart. Look, Dan, you wanted us to do you a favour. If we end up winning this, and there's no guarantee, you owe me big time. You owe me absolutely big time if we do this for you as a favour.
I think it is Burnley in the relegation zone, isn't it? So I don't know why he's getting a bit cocky.
I think because he needs you to lose to keep them in it, I suppose. Yeah. But the thing is, with Burnley this season, they can only get excited at somebody else winning. Sorry, Dan. We know Leicester's your second team. Do you want to tell you, Mike? I'm not convinced Leeds are. I'm really not. I think I said before, Watford and Norwich definitely are. It's then between Burnley, Everton, Leeds, and Brentford, and it could be any one of those. It really could. But obviously, being a Man United fan, I get it. I can just sit back and be like, I didn't get my clapper out. Yes. And Dan, yes, it is still the Burnley one. It is the one I've not got stuck up on the wall because I didn't want to be looking at Burnley all the time. On that was harsh. Yellow card for yourselves. That was harsh against the run of play, definitely.
Exactly, yeah.
Dan, thank you. I've managed to get a once-in-a-lifetime voucher for an evening with Mrs. Riley. She doesn't know it yet. Mrs. Riley, I don't know if you know, Connor, it's Dan's mum. Yes, and we have a bit of banter about her. Because Dan is my my bastard child as well. Hello, Mrs. Riley.
I'm just going to nip to the toilet quickly.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, there'll be another goal. Got to be honest with you guys. I could say watching that. Chris is Dan's son. I've aged very badly if I am. That was totally against the run of play. But that has happened so often to Leicester. And, the stats here, you can look and say, well, yeah, they had all those shots before. It's all about, there's only one stat that matters at the end of the day, and that's the goal stats. They've had 17 shots still, and they've had 4 on target. I'm annoyed that we've let them get that many shots in. It would be 1-1 if I had given the obvious penalty in the first half. Did I miss that? Ericsson starting for Brentford, they've just said. Christian Ericsson, welcome back, mate. Really, really pleased to see you up and playing again. So well done, Christian. There will be another goal, but for which team, says Nippon?
Hopefully Leeds.
Of course, you say that. There's only one bastard here, and it ain't me. Don't talk about Mike like that when he's in the chat, Dan. Yeah, and he did say, in fairness, well done to Connor, says Jeff, keeping a straight face when that happened.
I'm an actor, you see. So,
oh. Can you see yourself getting back into this? Because since that goal, like I said, it was all you in this half.
Yeah,
that
the
was
tides have turned a bit, haven't they?
Yeah,
the tides have turned.
But now,
as it was in the first half, we were very much looking fairly dangerous on the counter attack. So it will need to be one of those things that.
I'm not going to lie. Are we giving it away again, or are you giving it back to us? I am worried now because maybe we're going for the kill, that we are going to leave ourselves exposed at the back. And you know all about being exposed at the back, don't you, Dan? You know, he likes his holes to be filled.
Oh no, we're bringing Tyler Roberts on.
Oh God, I was going to say we scored another goal there. I'm going to say,
no,
is that not good? Because I was just about to say, isn't it time for Bamford?
Yeah, not anymore because we've made our 3 subs.
So he's not. Is a Taylor? Is he not a good sub for you?
No, Tyler Roberts isn't a.
Sorry, Tyler Roberts.
He's not really done much for us. He's 23, so he is still young, but he's been with us a while. He's under Bielsa, so he wasn't the striker that we needed. Almost, I think he scored 2 or 3 goals in 3 years. Not the best return.
Is it? Oh, here's a free kick. I thought there was a sub being made. You talk about a goal making a difference to a game.
I know, it's completely changed the game here.
Yeah. Dan's asking you here a serious question. I know it'll take time for March's philosophy to be evident, but are you seeing changes from the Bielsa football?
I am, yes. We do look. I know we have conceded a goal, but we do look a lot more secure at the back, or more so than we were in the last few games. The style of pressing is different, so it is going to take time because they were drilled in Bielsa's football for 3.5 years, and you try and play a different way of football after 3.5 years, and it's going to take a while, but.
I just want to say, with 15 minutes to go, indeed he's gone off, and I am really, really pleased to see Papa Mendy coming on. African Cup winner, last Leicester player to win a medal, in fact. We used him a lot last year when indeed he got injured, and he stood up to the mark. He really did. He wasn't included in the squad for the first half of the Premier League season. We've signed it. We brought him in for the second half. He's won the medal, and it's really great because he's not complained. He's not one of those players that's been tweeting like, "Oh, why aren't I playing?" and I want to move and what have you. So it's nice to see Mendy on the pitch. Yes, yeah, and you got to respect that because it's difficult. Oh, should you have had a penalty in the first half? Because I've just seen on the BBC it said that
there was I think it was Soyuncu maybe that he kicked Robert's feet, and there was something extremely similar given against us in the season, earlier in the season against Chelsea,
right?
Where Click kicked Rudiger's foot. And he went down softly and got a penalty. So it could have been argued. Maybe it could have been checked on VAR. But
your goalie wasn't far off getting that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he got a touch on it. Went through Ayling's legs as well, which was unlucky.
And please don't say Amart is injured. We've got enough injuries to the defence.
You've still got a sub left. Oh, no, you haven't got a sub left now.
No,
you've used all 3 of yours.
Unless I think you're allowed one, or you're not for concussion, aren't you?
Yeah, you get a concussion sub. Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely forgot you made the double change earlier.
Yeah. Well, you've got a player down as well.
Yeah, that's Tyler Roberts that just came on.
Just showing Bamford, I believe, there in the.
I mean, maybe a sensible not bringing Bamford on because he's not 100% fit, and I think to bring him on, and if he got injured, that would be detrimental to our season. So
Yeah.
get him 100% fit, maybe, and then.
Yeah. Dan, Jeff was asking if you are going to do a watch along at 3 for Burnley Chelsea. So don't know if you're still with us, Dan. But if you are, he was asking. Now, this is when I wish I'd got a dog. Got to be out now, taking it for a walk.
Roberts back on, but he doesn't seem too comfortable. He looks to be not moving as easily.
Who have you got up next?
Aston Villa on Thursday.
I mean, do you think he's keeping Bamford available?
Yeah, I think that would be more sensible almost. Get him 100% fit and then release him against Aston Villa. Because we've got 2 games in a short space of time. We've got Villa on Thursday and then Norwich on Saturday or Sunday.
Right.
So to
get you're at 75 minutes, Rio, by the way, just coming up to 80, depending what you're watching. There'll be about 5 minutes injury time, I'm guessing now.
Yeah, I'd say
but
so.
yeah, you know, you may be thinking like, not saying that Leicester are always going to beat you, but when you've got 2 games up close like that, if you're not
needs
quite
everyone
ready,
available as possible.
Yes, yeah, no problem, Rio. But yeah. So is it worth looking at the table at the moment? Or I don't know if it is worth looking at the tables, to be honest with you, because everybody's got different games played, you know.
Yeah.
You see, we're still... Oh, no, they've not updated it. 33. So we should be up to 10th now, although obviously we played the early game, so you can't really say that.
It's difficult when so many people have varying games in hand as well.
Oh,
you don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I think some teams were taking advantage of the COVID cancellations.
Burnley. It seemed like they didn't play a game for 2 months.
I'm saying nothing. Burnley went off for some warm season training, didn't they? While they had theirs cancelled.
Yeah. They just wanted a holiday, I think.
Yeah. It's kind of fizzled out now a little bit, hasn't it? Although we did have the break for the injuries, so...
Yeah, that injury kind of... Yeah, Tyler Roberts isn't moving right.
Oh, no, I can see him now.
Seems to be holding his hamstring, so that can't be the best. And we've got no changes left, so he's going to have to...
But again, do you not... Is it... Do you keep him on?
Yeah, it's properly limping. We can't make any changes.
No, but
we've used all 3.
Is it worth keeping him on? A, will he make that mistake that may cost you? And B, are you not, making his injury worse?
It's properly limping. Yeah, that's the difficult one because he's saying, "Don't give me the ball."
Wow.
So what's he going to do being on the pitch?
Shit, I thought I'd gone in then from the corner.
He's properly hobbling around, but if he goes off, we're down to 10 men, but we're kind of down to 10 men anyway.
Well, exactly. And then, you could be making it worse. So instead of him being out maybe for 2 games, he could be out for 6 or 7. Here we go. Kick it upfield. But if he's on, he's sort of nuisance factor, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just taking up a bit of space, which, like, people really are going to have to mark him. Like, you can't just leave him alone.
What number is he, by the way?
11.
11. I can't. Is he still hobbling?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he can't even run.
I know.
Somebody just tried to pass to him then, but we intercepted. I bet he thinks, thank God for that.
That's a shame. He was only on for like 2 minutes before he got injured.
Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of
killed the game, that injury there.
I've got about 7 minutes left, just over. I hate these last few minutes. I don't mind if I'm at the game, but when I'm at home and it's these last few minutes, I absolutely hate it.
Yeah, Roberts isn't moving. He's not
No,
moving.
he's definitely skipping, isn't he?
Just then, like, the play was moving forward and he just wasn't. He's staying around the halfway line, not doing anything.
Mm. Oh, nice move, Cags. Oh. It has been a thing of this game that both teams, oh, come on, you pushed him. Yeah, that both teams have been given the ball away too easily. Jeff says Leeds have missed Bamford. Bestie is 100% fit for their run-in.
Yeah, I agree, I think.
Yeah.
I agree. He's so important to our team. There's no point wasting him for 20 minutes.
No. Oh. The ball was put forward there, but no Leicester player read it. Oh! And it was Lookman ran at your goalkeeper then, and
was that his little drag back?
Yeah, I'm like, Jesus.
He does love doing that.
10 other players would have been pleased to have been able to do that on your page.
For a keeper so young, he's very confident to have the ball at his feet. He turns 22.
A lot of teams
he turned 22 the other day.
Sweeper keepers, aren't there, that can do that at the back.
Yeah. And to be 21, 22 years old and have the confidence to do that in the Premier League, it's crazy, especially the amount of goals he's conceded recently.
I know, that's that, because, I mean, like we said earlier, I don't want to repeat it, but 14 goals in 3 games, it can,
it can shatter someone.
Yes. See, that kind of, we had the ball, we lost it, the player fell over, you had it back, you played it forward, the guy got up and got the pass straight back to him. Just kind of sum it up. It was offside, I think, anyway.
I think this game does deserve a draw. So a loss would be very harsh on us, I think.
That means that you scored.
No, we haven't. We haven't scored. But it does, I think, the way that it's gone, it's been very even.
Insecurities as Leicester players, as Leicester fans, do tend to come out at this stage. Schmeichel just jumped up and grabbed the ball. I've got to be honest with you. As much as I thought it would end up a draw as we were playing it, obviously we've gone ahead. So if it is a draw now, it means we conceded another late goal, which will totally piss me off. But I couldn't say that you didn't deserve it.
The thing is with this Leeds team, though, we won't give up. We'll keep going until the last second.
Go on, Lawson. Go on. You left it way too long. Yes. Oh, no. Oh, why didn't you shoot earlier? That was Lookman again. I just held on to it too long. You've not said, Dan, if you're doing a watch long. I don't know if you're still with us or you've nipped off. I've got to be honest with you. I've been reasonably impressed with with Leeds.
Yeah, it's been a positive performance, I think. Obviously, the goal and the injury has taken the sting out of the game, but we've looked good going forward. We've just been missing that final ball, that final shot, which has been the story of our season, really.
Both teams are giving the ball away very cheaply. This game.
But we are looking to get it back very quickly as well, which is one of Jesse Marsh's ideals.
Oh.
So it's good to see that coming back in.
Yeah. Corner to Leicester in the dying minutes. Only Barnes there. I'm on 89 minutes. I'm guessing we're into injury time with yourself.
We are 4 minutes.
That's not surprising, to be honest with you.
That Tyler Roberts injury's killed this game, I think. If he wasn't injured, I'd have liked to have seen if we could have gone forward a bit quicker, got a goal, maybe.
Yeah. He does look Marsh. He does look like one of the fans has climbed over the hoarding and just stood there.
Yeah.
Oh. I tell you what, you have got numbers back when you're defending.
Yeah.
Please, Leicester, just don't do anything totally and utterly stupid. Come on. We've not won back. I don't think we've won back-to-back games all season. Oh, Barnes. Tillerman's on his foot. Oh, straight at the goalie. Oh. That was a Michael Owen saying, wasn't it? Tillerman's on his foot like he's gonna shoot with his kneecap. Oh, Leeds there. No! Oh, fucking hell. Jesus. I've got a bad heart, you know. I had a heart attack a few years ago. I don't know why I do this to myself. Really
you need to give up football, Chris. It's not going to work for you.
I do. You get. I used to have a season ticket. It used to come with a government warning. Following Leicester City can be detrimental to your health. Oh, come on now, just play it out. Well done, Schmeichel. Well done. Just drop onto the floor with it. That's what we want. Stay down for 3 minutes. They do like their replays, Scott, BT, don't they?
They do, yeah.
And Casper's dad again. Because, of course, Casper was at Leeds. That's where we bought Casper from.
Yeah, he was there for a season. Didn't work out the best for him.
Didn't want to go to Leicester, though.
I think he didn't want to be at Leeds either, so he was kind of in a...
Oh, did he not?
No, because the fans were giving him a bit of jip.
So it's the old Man United connection, eh?
Yeah, there was a chant that your dad's a C word, but you're all right.
Hmm.
He didn't quite enjoy that.
No. There's a very thin line between banter and insults, isn't there?
But then since it's changed, the chant's changed to your dad's a C word, and so are you.
So are you, yeah. No, please, honestly, corner in the 9 minutes. No. Oh. I've got to say, though, thank you for letting us have him.
That's all right.
He was one of Sven's better boys when we had him.
Yeah, because he had him at Man City as well, didn't he?
He did, yes. Tell you what, Marsh, I mean, you're looking a bit dejected. Excuse me. You can be proud of your Leeds team today.
Yeah, it was a good performance.
Yeah. If I say that you wouldn't look at that and know that you were where you are in the table.
Yeah, looking at this game, you wouldn't think we conceded 14 goals in 3 games, would you?
No.
It's a completely different team, almost.
And in fairness to it, like I say, I didn't really know March, and I didn't think he would have, because of his experience in the Premier League, I didn't think he'd have much of an effect on you. But he's made a huge difference looking at it. He's obviously done something because your defence
has transformed massively, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can't watch it. 10 seconds to go. Oh, which means you know what the final score is.
I do know the final score, Chris.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, I've caught up with you. Oh, mate, that was a smash and grab. I'm going to have to be honest with you. It was a smash and grab.
Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, but it's not as if the performance was crap and the result was crap. We fought well. We deserved something out of that game. And then now the Leeds team and management are having a little huddle on the halfway line. I think he can be happy with the performance. Obviously not happy with the result, but
no. But if you put the performances in, then the results will come.
Exactly. We've got winnable games coming up against Norwich and Watford and the like. So yeah, Jesse Marsh is doing a team talk on the pitch in a huddle. You wouldn't see Bielsa doing that.
No. Jeff, Connor's just answered your question about Leeds running. John, good evening. 3 points in the sack. John, I've seen you on other chats. What's your team, John? Just shout out what your team is. I'm not sure which team you follow. I mean, I can say it now because the game's over. That you played well. If you'd have beaten us or it was a draw, I wouldn't have been saying that.
I think the fact that Schmeichel got man of the match tells the story of the game.
I mean, let's just very, very, very quickly. Let's just have a look where. Leicester up to 10th, but like you say, it's early days, as in, well, with the first match, aren't we? And
it's harsh. It's harsh.
Dan, you owe us one. All right, mate? You owe us one, Dan. Connor, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me on, mate.
No,
I've enjoyed it.
And thank you for being so magnanimous. It isn't hard. But to Brad, my co-presenter here, who accused me of being a bad omen by doing these, that's 2 losses I've covered and 2 wins. So
evening it out.
We're going to even it out. We're doing Arsenal next week. Anthony, I hope you're still up for that. Connor, I'm going to let you go, and I've got to do the website and get it ready for the post-match. Thank you so much for coming on. Give a shout out where people can find you.
So on YouTube, I am simply Connor Pratchett for Leeds United content and the odd general football Premier League content as well. And on Twitter and Instagram, I am at Connor Pratchett as well.
And those details are in the description below on YouTube. Thank you so much. We'll try and do something again before the end of the season because we'll be having general reviews and what have you as we do. So been great having you on. We'll have you back on again.
Lovely, thank you.
And really good luck for the rest of the season. And let's hope we can talk again next season.
Exactly. Yeah. Leave a like on the video as well, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Chris is doing some great work here.
Cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And
Cheers, see you later.
we will speak again soon, no doubt. Take care. All the best. Stay
Nice
safe.
one. Bye.
Thanks a lot. Thanks to Connor there. Nice, lovely guy. Leeds fan, lovely guy. Very magnanimous. But we did kind of get away with it, didn't we? Yeah, Jeff says, good luck to Connor for the remaining games. Thanks for this stream. Not a problem. I don't know if Anthony's still in, but I think we're going to be doing one next week for the Arsenal game. John, Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt. You live in Germany. Nice of you to pop on, John. I hope you and your family are all well and safe over there. Thanks for popping in and watching. We really do appreciate it. And B. Crom, Leicester 4, Everton. No, he's not. Honestly, I am absolutely intoxicated with our win. Leicester till I die forever. My God, honestly, if I used to be good at this, but I can't remember when. It was that long ago. John, you're most welcome, mate. I'm going to bob off because at 3:30 we're going to be doing the post-match show with Brad, and it's another win we're going to be talking. So looking forward to that. Thanks very much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Mainly thanks to Connor for coming on, and it was great to do it with you, especially because we've won. Thanks so much. I'll see you in an hour, guys. Good night.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.
That's all, folks.